saying, Cali is Cali, which refers to the fact, or to Cali's weather rather, which is not too hot and not too cold. Because in Colombia you either have cities that are in the mountains, and which some Colombians find too cold, or at low altitude, which they would find too hot. Cali is a good middle ground. Here we have a painting of the quote-unquote Queen of Cali, which was a pretty young woman who was maybe a little bit crazy and believed she was the queen. And the rich people would actually give her like really fancy robes and stuff so that she could kind of live out her fantasy and greet everybody as the queen. Here we have a watermark of the famous Cali character Pixie eating a salty kind of donut dish, which is a common breakfast. Next to him we have a famous Colombian novelist who wrote a really famous piece called Viva la Música, which documented Cali in the 70s, so the music, the partying, the drugs, and the salsa. He believed that after 25 you should have done your masterpiece, your best work, and then that was it. And in fact, when he was 25, he finished his novel Viva la Música, and then took 60 pills, committing suicide. Next to him we have Hector Lavoe, which is the voice, famous singer. Here we have Las Tres Cruces, or the Three Crosses, which is one of the two viewpoints in Cali, the other being Cristo del Rey. And here we have El Gato del Rio, the river cat, which I talk more about in the historical tour video. Here we have some art from Uruguayan artist Alfa Alfa, who only uses black lines. It's a fusion between a shaman and a chicken. Here we have a mural of two women of African descent. Cali has a population of 3 million people and an estimated population of 1.5 million of African descent, making it the biggest concentration of black people in all of Colombia. Which I found to be pretty surprising that it wasn't somewhere in the northeast like Cartagena or Santa Marta or Barranquilla. It's just pretty interesting. Colombia has an incredible amount of bird species and an incredible amount of graffiti of birds. Casa Fractal, which I believe is a artist studio. Here we have a very big graffiti piece that was actually done by a couple. The girl did the girl and the guy did the guy. It's called The Hug. This is a piece of the golden frog, the most dangerous frog in the world. One drop of its poison powerful enough to kill an elephant. Cultura bici, bicycle culture in Colombia. I imagine here in Cali as well. This references a mother's tale where a woman goes out for a night of salsa dancing. She has a great night, but then near the end of the night she looks down at the man's feet, or her partner's feet that she's been dancing with, and realizes that he has hooves and that he is in fact the devil. So this was a tale for the mothers would tell their daughters so that they don't go out salsa dancing, because you might meet the devil. When Latin America was first colonized, it was a continent unlike any other. That's because it had infusions of African people, mostly slaves, unfortunately, Europeans from France and Spain, and eventually of Great Britain and the United States. And I mention this because the word salsa, which is sauce in English, naturally, to create a sauce you have many different ingredients, and in the case of salsa, oftentimes it is spicy. So salsa music, much like Latin America in general, infuses many different elements from these foreign influences, like piano from France, guitar from Spain, drums and percussion from Africa, and the notion of a big band from Great Britain and from the US, jazz, and all of these influences came together to create salsa. But salsa doesn't originate from Cali or even from Colombia. It was actually first started in Cuba and then moved to New York, and then eventually made its way back to Cali, to Colombia, and then Cali, and then the people of Cali really took to it, but not in the same way of doing it that was commonly known in Cuba or New York. It was faster. They weren't doing the same steps and the same rhythm, so it became known as Cali salsa, and the people took to it so much that Cali is now considered the salsa capital of the world. Here's a bass, conga drums, trumpet, maracas, bongo drums, and I forget the name of this instrument, but you basically kind of rub these ridges here and it makes sounds, and of course the cowbell and piano. We're in the Jairo Varela Museum right now, one of the most important figures in salsa music. He created the band called Grupo Nietzsche. Nietzsche is the term for people of African descent living on the Pacific coast of Colombia. Got a bit of salsa music playing in the background right now. Here we have the lyrics to Cali Pachanguero, which is the most famous song in Cali that almost everybody knows. It's about being in New York, in the US, and missing Cali. In 2015, Billboard recognized the song Cali Colombia as one of the most 50 important songs in all of history. And the song can be heard out of this trumpet structure here. This one you hear the percussion, so the bongos, the cowbell, the conga drums. This one we have the horns, the trumpet, the trombone, and the piano. And this one, we have the singing. And finally, everything together, the salsa. Hope you guys enjoyed that video of the salsa and art culture in Cali, Colombia. While I was here, I also did a video that was a historical tour of the city. Check that out if you're interested in Cali, as well as many other videos of my time in Colombia, over 2 months, checking out all the hot spots. You can see those videos via a playlist on my YouTube channel, or going to my YouTube channel and searching for a specific term. I was in Colombia as part of my first bicycle tour from Canada to Argentina. If you'd like to see everywhere that I've been and everything that I did, I have an interactive map over on my website, followthehumoftheearth.com, where you can see all the blog posts and videos I've done for every place that I stopped. And if you'd like to follow my continuing adventures, you can do so by subscribing to my YouTube channel. Hope you enjoyed. Have a good one.